Oh, two people. Wow. Wow. Let's go register. Oh. Heat the aircon. OMG.
Intellectual pursuit and the acquisition of knowledge. Welcome to Hell's Museum, the world's first museum dedicated to exploring concepts of death and the afterlife. Hell's Museum will take you on a personal journey. As you explore death and the afterlife, you may also reflect on the meaning of life. As a species, we haven't been around for very long. According to scientists, Earth is around 4.5 billion years old. Yet our species, Homo sapiens, only appeared about 300,000 years ago in East Africa. At first, man was at the mercy of nature, but as he evolved, he formed communities, solved shared problems, and engaged in abstract reasoning. He learned to manage the environment. However, the mysteries of the world remained. At night, as man rested from the day's labors, he stared at the starry night sky and pondered creation and the origins of life. He wondered, who created me? Where did I come from? Why am I here? What happens when I die? Where do I go after death? And most importantly, what is the purpose of my existence? Around the world, man searched for answers for understanding and control over his destiny in a chaotic world. Eventually, man saw answers in the form of belief systems and religions. These belief systems tried to explain natural phenomena such as the weather, the passing of the seasons, the cosmos, and life and death. Beyond the physical body, man began to believe in the presence of a non-physical self, or a soul, a belief central to most religions today. After death, while the physical body decayed to dust, the soul embarked on a journey to otherworldly realms, such as heaven or hell. These realms were inhabited by deities, angels, spirits, and more. Around the world, belief systems positioned man as part of a larger cosmic order, bridging the living and the dead, the natural and the supernatural, the mortal and the divine. Through prayers, rituals, and ceremonies, man believed he could communicate with other realms and beings and call upon unseen forces. Over tens of thousands of years, as communities grew, migrated, and died out, numerous belief systems prospered, spread, or disappeared. The world's major religions all have their origins in the continent of Asia. One of the ways by which we can view religion is through the concept of time. Ancient civilizations have mainly viewed time in two distinct ways, cyclical and linear. The world's oldest living religion today, Hinduism, originated from the Indian subcontinent. It has a cyclical concept of time. This concept of time eventually had a regional impact and shaped the religions of South Asia and East Asia. The second oldest living religion today is Zoroastrianism. It originated from neighboring Persia, where Iran is today, and has a linear concept of time. This worldview of linear time impacted the religions of West Asia. In South Asia, Hinduism emerged from customs and traditions that can be traced back to the Indus Valley civilization around 7,000 years ago. In the Hindu concept of cyclical time, every being goes through a perpetual cycle of birth, death, and rebirth, called samsara. The principle of karma, essentially meaning cause and effect, ensures one's actions in life determine one's fate in the afterlife and in the next life. However, it is possible to be liberated from the continuous cycle of samsara through several means. These include intellectual pursuit and the acquisition of knowledge, practicing religious devotion, or accumulating merit from good deeds. Hindus refer to this liberation as moksha. Other religions, which subsequently arose in South Asia, continued with this cyclical concept of time. They include Buddhism and Jainism, which came about 2,500 years ago, and thereafter Sikhism. These faiths also share the concepts of karma and samsara, and the idea of liberation or release from samsara. In Buddhism, this liberation is known as nirvana, and in Sikhism, mukti. In East Asia, ancient Chinese belief systems based on ancestor worship and concepts of an afterlife go back around 7,000 years. Taoism and Confucianism emerged afterwards, around 2,500 years ago. As Buddhism spread from South Asia to China around 2,000 years ago, it encountered the faiths prevalent in China, including Taoism. After centuries of mutual influence, Taoism took on the concepts of karma and samsara, respectively known in Chinese as Yinguo and Lunwei. Hence, Taoism too follows a cyclical concept of time. In West Asia, Zoroastrianism emerged 5,000 years ago with the efforts of the prophet Zarathustra. It crystallized into a monotheistic religion with belief in the existence of one god, Ahura Mazda. Zoroastrians believed that God's creation was corrupted by the evil spirit Ahriman, who introduced temptations to mankind. However, man can choose good over evil through humata, hukata, huvarshta, good thoughts, good words, good actions. Upon death, souls are judged. The good are sent to heaven, while the wicked are condemned to hell. Eventually, all will be resurrected for a last judgment, and evil will be destroyed. This will lead to Fresho Kiriti, a renewed world where all will be united with God for eternity. This linear concept of birth, death, a messianic figure, resurrection, judgment, and a final destination spread with the Persian empires, leaving an imprint on the people of West Asia. The same concept is central to the three Abrahamic faiths of Judaism, Christianity, and Islam, all of which came after Zoroastrianism. Whether the concept of time is cyclical or linear, the main world religions all address the universal human concern about death and the afterlife. A journey of 300,000 years has resulted in a myriad visions which have shaped art, literature, culture, rituals, festivals, and so much more, which makes us human. Gain insights into some of these visions here in Hell's Museum. Join us on an adventure into the unknown. Through thousands of years, and over thousands of miles. May your visit to the museum allow you to explore a journey millions have taken before you. That of death, the afterlife, and perhaps the meaning of life.